I was in tears. I am not joking with you at all. I actually had tears on the entire scene with Chihaya and Iona. I mean, the entire scene, the way they animated it with the freaking music, the beautiful, beautiful music. And then the way how Iona just figures out to sacrifice herself. This episode is so freaking emotional. It really, really touched my heart. I mean, I actually had tears. I should have recorded this freaking episode's reactions because it was so insane. The way they cued in the music when Takao just came in to save them. And you know how Yuga and Takao basically sacrificed themselves to be able to save Chihaya Gunzo and Iona. It really makes this episode just really sad. This is my favorite episode out of this entire series so far. This is an amazing series, and I did not expect to see something so heart-touching in this series. I mean, I cannot believe I actually had tears. I just, wow. Arpeggio, man, it shocked me. This episode was so epic, unbelievable, and the way they managed to convey emotions with Iona and Chihaya Gunzo, it just was so believable. The way they acted between each other's characters, the actual passing of dialogue, it felt very in sync, didn't feel bad, didn't feel forced, it felt fluid. The way they did the CGI, I mean, it made you really feel like you were there. I mean, it was just so freaking awesome, the way they managed to actually portray everything in this episode with the amazing CGI and everything. I mean, it was absolutely stunning what they managed to accomplish in this episode. Because, I mean, getting to see Chihaya, like, slowly losing his life as he's dying, basically. I mean, looks like he's got a broken arm, he's badly wounded, and when the way they do the CGI really works out well, and when you see how he's breathing, you actually hear his breathes like he's gasping for air as he slowly whittles away, like, just, he's getting weaker and weaker. They really know how to emphasize on these deaths of characters. Even though Chihaya didn't technically die this episode, you might as well say he did. They managed to toy with my heart this entire freaking episode. They grabbed my heart, squeezed it. It's like, no, we're going to play a clan out with you. We're going to drag you, make you feel like you're going to cry, and then we're going to make you say, yeah, I love it. And then we're going to make you cry again because Takao and Yuga's gone. So, oh, this episode was just so much love towards this episode. This episode was good. Even though it managed to bring me to tears, this episode did a good job. Any freaking anime that could cause me to actually get emotional is an anime worth freaking watching. And they know how to use characters, how to use plot, how to use just believable settings. And Arpeggio is definitely going to be one of my remembered series for a very long time. This is set into my emotion of one of the few series that managed to actually make me convey emotions. Really major emotions. There's only certain few anime, if you guys know me enough, that managed to make me really, really freaking sad. This is one of them. Wow, I just cannot believe the way they did this. I don't even know if they did this in the actual freaking manga. You manga readers out there, did they do this in the manga? Or is this like what they've been doing with this entire series? Are they doing a completely different adaptation? Please let me know on this, because, I mean, the way they managed to actually do this, if they actually did not put this in the manga, tell me what you all think about it. Tell me, did you enjoy this freaking episode? Did you actually think it was insane getting to see something like this? I mean, it was completely shocking to see something like this. I mean, I thought it was going to be a sad episode, but I did not know what I was walking into this entire episode. Unfreaking believable. This episode was epic, intense, amazing. I can't put any more epic words to it just because of how freaking crazy it was. And then they build up the plot right at the freaking end of this episode with Kongo getting removed from the Fleet of Fog and she's being like locked down. We find out that Maya was actually an artificially created little hologram and wasn't even a real freaking Fleet of the Fog member. So what the hell? They literally chirped this around with her character too. Maya was an awesome little character, like, it's Carnival! And it was really freaking creepy as she started saying, it's Carnival, it's Carnival. As the screen slowly panned away from her and you saw her like flickering like a hologram. That was really freaking creepy. They really emphasized on creepy moments there. And I actually got to see Kongo's emotions and feelings in her face. You could really tell that she was really freaking upset with how she didn't be able to be the one to destroy Iona. Which, in a sense, I can see why she wants to have her accomplishment because of Iona. She defeats her, and since we already found out last episode that she hates her, I mean, it's understandable. But still, I'm actually kind of feeling sorry for Kongo just because of what happened to her right at the end of this episode. Getting to see how her best friend, basically, yeah, her only friend in the Fleet of Fog, is turned against her. It wasn't even a real friend at all, and now she's being locked down, not even a flagship anymore of the Fleet of Fog. It's unreal. This series is getting better. I don't know how many freaking episodes this is. I know it's not going to be going into the next season, so I want to guess that maybe it have about 2 or 3 episodes left maximum in the series, which is really upsetting because this series deserves a lot more freaking episodes than it already has. Because the way they managed to tell a good story away from a manga with an original anime adaptation, wow. But I don't know how the hell they're going to actually explain a really good story if they end it like an episode or two, because that wouldn't make a lick of sense to me, to be honest. Because, I mean, if you look at it a standpoint, okay, we look at a past centuries of anime, okay? We know for a fact anime that usually do great with their plot, great characters, great story build-up, they do good. Well, in those last 2 episodes, since they want to do an anime original ending, they destroy their freaking anime. But I'm not going to say Arpeggio is going to do something like this. They may leave it on a cliffhanger, and they may make a season 2, or they may give us an unconclusive ending with just a massive cliffhanger and they give us a middle finger. I really don't know. But, man, this episode, I don't know if anything can actually top the feels I had of this episode in this series, just because of the emotions they made me bring out. Everybody, if you have not seen this episode of Arpeggio yet, or if you have not watched this series, you need to go freaking watch this. This series is freaking breathtaking. You got to see this series. Everybody, you have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please stay safe. And if you enjoy my video content, please subscribe to my channel. It means so much to me. Chibi out.